Ned Fulmer is back online, and I'm not just talking about his podcast. He's back with new content on his main channel that feels very similar to the Try Guys. It's a mess, so let's get into it. Last month, Ned Fulmer made his return to the internet after taking a 3-year break following him cheating on his wife, Ariel. Ned was a part of a content group called the Try Guys, and he ended up having an affair with a producer on his show that worked not only with him, but also his wife. The betrayal ran deep, and ultimately, the Try Guys had to let him go. As the years went by, a lot of people assume Ned probably decided to live his life offline and not return to the internet. Ariel had gone private, she opened up a pottery shop, and Ned has a degree in chemistry from Yale. There were definitely options and different paths Ned could have gone down out of the public eye, which is why it was so shocking when he announced his return to social media last month. He announced he would be coming back with a podcast called Rock Bottom with Ned Fulmer, where he talks to people who've hit rock bottom. The thing is, no one wanted to hear from Ned about rock bottom. So far, it seems like most of the people he's had on the podcast are people who've actually hit rock bottom because of things like addiction and not because they chose to cheat on their wife. A lot of people were saying that there's rock bottom, then there's bringing something on yourself and actively choosing to ruin your family, which felt less like rock bottom and more like consequences for your actions. To make the launch of the podcast go over even worse, his wife was his first guest, and that did not go over well with the audience. While it did get a decent amount of views, it wasn't from people who were actually interested in Ned's content. They were interested in an update from Ariel and to find out what was going on between them. There was a lot of speculation going on whether or not they were still together, and this podcast confirmed they were definitely not together.
Like, people ask me, like, do you forgive Ned for what he did? And I mean, the answer is no. Absolutely not. How can you forgive somebody for lying to you, for cheating on you?
As you can see here, his views have drastically dropped off since then. He sometimes can't even break 10,000 views, and if you watch the episodes, you'll find out why. His sympathetic reactions feel very forced, and it doesn't actually feel like he cares about what his guests are talking about, and all the comments are pointing out his lack of interview skills, writing, "Ned is not a good or genuine interviewer. I support Ned moving on with his life, just not doing whatever the hell this is." Another huge criticism he received was the thumbnail style he was doing for these interviews. The stories these guests were sharing were deeply personal and serious, and Ned is clearly still stuck in his Try Guys era, making the thumbnail look dramatic and pulling the shocked faces. One comment pointed this out and says, "Okay, some legit criticism. Don't put your weird YouTube react face in the thumbnail like it's a slime challenge. If anything, I say just use a tasteful title card or put the guest face alone in the thumbnail." And another thing I found to be so bizarre was the fact that Ned actually rebranded this channel, which used to be about his family and kids and wife, and turned it into his post-infidelity podcast channel. A lot of people were pointing this out as well, writing, "I think rebranding this channel is really gross. This channel was about parenthood and relationships, and he erased everything on it. The existing subscribers were people who wanted to watch a partnership with two people who loved each other. If he had really done the work to overcome the hardships, he would see the value in having to build the platform up from scratch. Ned took the shortcut, just like he did when he chose another person over ending his marriage with grace and kindness." And they ate with this comment. I couldn't have said it better myself. It's a shortcut, and under normal circumstances, fine. If you want to rebrand your channel into something else, there's nothing wrong with that. But the fact that this channel was built on a marriage that he destroyed, and he's just piggybacking off of that now, leaves such a bad taste in my mouth. Week after week, Ned has posted a new podcast, and week after week, each episode does worse than the last. I started to wonder how he was planning on supporting himself with views like this, but it turns out he had another venture up his sleeve. Last week, Ned came back to his main channel with a video titled "What I've Been Doing." I was thinking maybe it was going to be a video of him announcing that he's been reflecting and decided to take a step back from content, but no. It was him threatening us with more content. And not just any content, mind you. He was going to be making videos trying things.
Hey guys, welcome to my new channel. Here we go.
Oh, that is so good.
Each week, we'll be dropping videos that focus on curiosity, empathy, and comedy.
Yeah.
I'll be pushing my body and mind to the limit.
It's quite literally the Try Guys. This is the Try Guys. The voiceover, the editing style, the trying new things. I feel like he knows the podcast isn't working out for him, and he's trying to revive something by going back to his roots, hoping that will do something for him, but I feel like this is just going to make things worse. Now everyone is going to be comparing this content to the content the Try Guys put out, and it's never going to compare. To make things even crazier, Ned announced that he's also going to be helping people find love.
I might even help others find love.
Like, babe, you're the last person who should be helping anyone find love. It's just crazy to me that he even went there. Ex-wife guy turned affair guy comes back to the internet and helps others find love. Let's just hope he's not recruiting married people from his staff this time. So it looks like the series is going to be called Building a More Curious World, and he also announced it on Instagram and had this to say about it. I'm so excited to finally share more of what I've been working on over the past couple of years. Making people laugh and learning new things has always been my passion, and this time I'm taking it to a whole new level with some incredible guests, organizations, and challenges that push me completely out of my comfort zone. The first episode of season 1 drops October 19th, so let's dive in and get curious together. And you guys can probably already guess what these comments are like. We had people writing, I'm sure there's already a very successful channel of guys that try stuff just like this. Oh, to be a fly on the wall at the Try Guys office right now. Wow, you're a guy trying things outside of your comfort zone? This kind of reminds me of a really popular YouTube channel. So basically the exact same thing the Try Guys are doing. Ned Fulmer tries to stay relevant. The thing I really don't understand is why. Why do this? Your career was heavily linked to your wife and your coworkers. You betrayed everyone's trust and broke so many relationships with your decision. At what point do you let it go and say, I'm gonna explore other options? I mean, look at Ariel. She didn't even do anything wrong. She was an influencer doing books and podcasts. She was in the videos, and she had the guts to say, you know what? I'm taking a step back. I don't want to be in the public eye. And she built a new career for herself. Like, we're not talking about Jason Nash here. Ned doesn't need to get on TikTok and start shouting for galaxies. He has a whole chemistry degree from Yale. There are so many options for him out there, yet here we are trying things. Ned has since posted 2 episodes in his new series. One was the dating show called Blind Dating 5 Guys plus Secret AI, which is sitting at an impressive 4.8 thousand views, followed by the first video in his Temu Try Guys series titled Can I Survive Jet Fighter G-Forces? Now, this video got a lot more views than the first one, but just like the podcast, they're all coming from people who are curious versus actually watching him because they're fans. One of the top comments says, you ever see a car accident and you know you should look away, but you can't? And someone in the comments pointed out the view to like discrepancy on his video. Like, please tell me how this man has over 450,000 views, yet only received 300 likes? One person said, this had 2,000 views yesterday and now has over 100,000. Blatant view botting. 225,000 views, but only 100 comments? That's suspicious. It's not adding up, and after looking at the comments, I think I know why. People are speculating that Ned actually paid to have his video promoted. I guess there were some viewers that seen the video because it was being advertised, and they called that out, writing, seriously, Ned? Advertising your videos? Did you really pay YouTube to advertise this? Just stop doing this. You're a chemist. And a lot of comments have been calling back to the comment Ariel made when she asked him if he felt like he was interesting enough to have a channel about himself.
I don't know, I see myself more as like a host and more as just a vehicle for other people's stories. And I don't know, maybe I can, because of what I've gone through and my past, like connect with people and empathize with people. What?
No, I don't know. I'm just. You think you're interesting enough?
No, I don't.
And I feel like his content is proving that she was spot on, and that's not even shade. It's hard to be one person and be entertaining enough to keep someone watching for 20 plus minutes. You either have it or you don't, and it seems like a lot of viewers feel like his content is falling flat. That's the problem when you do videos similar to the videos that you were doing at the height of your career. It's always going to be compared to the old videos, and it's never going to be good enough. I also wonder what the longevity of this channel is going to be like. Yes, he's getting decent views now, but it sounds like that's because he was paying to promote his videos, and I'm sure a lot of views are coming from people who are hate watching. What happens when the curiosity dies down? How will Ned support making these kind of videos? These videos have to be very expensive to make. I'm sure he's paying for the experiences he's doing, the team, the film crew, the editors. I just wonder how long these videos will make sense financially for him. So I think it's safe to say it doesn't look like this return is working out too well for Ned. I'm sure there are some fans who will be willing to give him a second chance and to give his content a try, but for the most part, it seems like most viewers are ex-fans who are just curious and can't look away, which makes me wonder if Ned will try and push through the backlash, or if he'll eventually follow in Ariel's path and consider a career offline. Anyways guys, let me know what you think about everything down below, and I'll see you next time.